Hello, I'm going to show you how to code a sensitive step counter using the acceleration input. So I'm going to click on New Project and I'm going to call this the new step counter. I'm going to click Create. Once I have created, I am going to start setting it up. So on start, I'm going to set up a variable. So I'm going to go to my variables. I'm going to make a variable and I'm going to call it steps. I'm going to just pull that variable out and use it in a moment. I'm going to go back into variables and I'm going to also say set steps to 0 on start. I'm going to go to my basic and I'm going to click on show number and show number steps. So when it starts up, it sets steps to 0 and it displays 0. So you can see my virtual microbit here displaying 0. Then I'm going to look at this forever loop over here, and basically what I want to happen as described in the text if you've read your handout, if the acceleration strength is greater than 1500 mgs, then we want to change the steps by 1. So every time a step is taken, acceleration motion of 1500 is read in by your microbit, then you want to increase your step by 1, and then you want to display that on your microbit. So we're going to go to our logic and we're going to pull out our if loop. So if pulls out to here. I'm going to go back into my logic and I'm looking for a comparison. So if acceleration is greater than a certain number, so I'm going to use one of these comparison blocks here, and I'm going to pop that in there to where it says if true. So if my comparison ends up being true. So we know that acceleration has to be greater than, so I'm changing the symbol here to greater than, and I'm typing in 1500 on my keyboard. But I need to put in something here instead of 0 for acceleration. So I go to my input and I have a look in my inputs and I can see acceleration here. So I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to pop it in there. So if acceleration mg and it's defaulted to x, so I'm going to look at that drop down and I'm going to select strength. So if the acceleration strength is greater than 1500, then what do I want to do? Well, we want to change our steps. So I'm going to go back to my variable. I'm going to select this block, change steps by 1. And once I change the steps, I then want to display them on my LED screen on my microbit. So I'm going to go to basic, I'm going to show number, drag that out, show number, and what are we showing? Of course we're showing steps, so go back to variables and pull out the variable for steps. And that is your code in a nutshell. So you might need to replay this video if you need to revise any of that. So you set it up and you can just test it out then to see if it's working. Thank you.